Ludwig may have a skull for a face, but her fury was clear enough. If her path crosses ours again, it'll be ugly.
Frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwig's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor. She's stubborn, like a rat. And I plan on hunting her like a rat.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad side, but I'm not sure she has any other sides.
You know her better than any of us. What's your read?
Right. Focus, people. Try not to think about how we're up against a dead woman who threatens the entire living lands.
Yeah. Instead, think about the soul-corrupting plague that also threatens the living lands.
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate.
I believe it. And we'll cross that bridge with you when we get to it.
Ludwig and her steel garrote have the numbers and the power, but we have spunk and a map. And that might just be enough to find the garden before she does.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we barely understand, with no guarantees of what we'll find there. Still, I am determined to reach the garden, above all else.
Ugh, that's just a pile of Sokka. Generally, debatable, but about the garden, definitely. You won't find a blessed thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a page-raku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Galawain's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Zarb jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek, on foot, through a land that can barely support life. I don't have to be a Blessed Oracle to know this won't go how you think it will.
Well, someone's got to do something about the Dream Scourge at the very least.
And it has to be you, because a voice in your head said so. What do you know about Soppadal? How do you know you can trust them?
The envoy's the only one of us who knows Soppadal. Soppadal brought him back, and they've been in his head throughout the journey. I trust you. If you've got a gut feeling about Soppadal, that's good enough for me.
And my gut tells me not to trust this. You're about to cross a sea of acid on the word of a voice in your Usundan head.
What's on your mind, Marius? What bothers you so?
Because I can scream until I'm blue in the face, and you people would still rather trust the envoy's pet headache demon. And now you want to drag us through the deadliest region in the world because a sleeping god said so. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm done here. Do whatever blessed planning you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius. Something's really rattled him.
I've never seen Marius like this. Something's going on with him, but I don't know what.
Be gentle with him. Or if not gentle, understanding.
Well, hopefully Marius will be okay soon. We have to get going if we want to get to the garden before Ludwig.
We won't get far unless we look after each other. Now's your chance.
I know what you're gonna say. Marius, you need to slow down. Think about your feelings. Well, I don't want to think about my feelings. So just let me be alone for a bit. How should I know? I don't know what's going on in my head half the time. Just the thought of going back to Galawain's tusks makes my heart feel like it's going to explode. I sweat, my ears ring, I can't breathe. When it seems like we're really heading there, I feel like I'm dying. Right. Thanks. I understand not wanting to go back, but why can't I just thinking about it makes me feel ill. I need some time alone, Envoy. I need to get some rest. I'll be ready to go when the time comes.
Galawain's gonads. There isn't enough perfume in Eora. You lived here.
Always thought that if I ever came back here, I'd never...
Oh, dearie. Do you need some smelling salts?
I'm fine. Just need to... I just need a moment.
Does this amuse you, seeing your kin caged like beasts?
No true kin would desert Solace. All we have are our oaths to Nandru, and you broke them.
Right. They're not the only ones either.
The damn oaths again. You might as well be the one in chains. Our founder, Nandru, didn't intend for his people to starve. I'd bet you my kidneys he didn't build Solace Keep so we can die of starvation in it. No, he would have wanted us to live.
Honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm getting too hungry to even think.
What's going on here is Pargrunen business. Stay out of it, Outlander.
Yeah, don't need a blessed outsider pretending they know anything. Move along.
Can't imagine why you even set foot here. These are Pargrunen lands, last I checked.
Meaning mind your tongue and your judgment while you're here, outsider. These folk have done much to deserve their cages. There's no food. We barely have decent meals ourselves. Why waste any of it on people who won't stay and fight?
Saka, don't tell the outsider that! These bastards wanted to abandon the keep. Saka, you're right. We'll share some of our rations. Do you want anything else? I'm sick of looking at you.
Fine. Anything to be done looking at you. Follow the main road north and then east. You'll find some dirt paths to follow after you hit the cliffs. Now mind your business.
Godless ruins.
Looks like the natives. Check your right.
I say!
gods. Just the smell in here makes me wish I hadn't eaten today.
Where are they? They should have been back by now. Be careful, traveler. The tusks are friends to no one. Should you need help, I am happy to lend it. Are you by Nanduru? Are you the Aedyr envoy? I think I know already, but what brings you out here to the tusks? No, actually, until you said that, I wasn't thinking about everyone just dying suddenly. I just thought you were here on a trade mission, that's all. Wait, you mean you don't know? We let an Aedyr caravan through a few days ago. First caravan we ever let through from anywhere, actually. I've never known anything like it. They had so many wonderful things. Food, linens, medicine. They had a letter from your ambassador in Paradise, too. And when I saw you, well, you get the idea. Wishful thinking on my part. Gods, I'd love to see them roll by again. Yes, just a few nice words about wanting to reach out to us. Wanting to offer us nice meats and soft fabrics.
And he just offered this from the goodness of his heart? Really?
Anyway. I would. It might make the tusks bearable again, and we have a lot to give, you know. Rare ore, incredible metalworks. You wouldn't believe what we could do if we weren't fighting just to survive. Yes, our laws have always forbidden trade. Still do, technically. But the keep is split on that, and we needed the supplies, so we made an allowance. Well, actually, I'm worried about the caravan. It should have returned from Solace by now, but it hasn't. Not under ordinary circumstances, but we're far past that now. They left along the main road. You can't miss it, really. Also, in the convoy there was a dwarven woman, Gilleen. I'd like very much to know she's okay. Yes, but what I'd like most is to just know she's safe. It's not love, it's, well, maybe the start of love. Thank you, Envoy. I'll look forward to the good news.
Oh, she sounds just like Quilichi did when we met. Look, those tracks missed the main road. Do you think the driver had a few before they left?
Take a moment, people.
wagons have seen better days.
Sealness meetum.
There's a set of wagon tracks heading east.
And judging by those tracks, the wagon had a worryingly large friend. There's nothing there. Someone's eager to meet us. Just a minute.
Listen, wrong.
Look left.
Listen, wrong.
You're not looking good.
Ruby on seek.
I can bring back someone to help you. Please, if you just...
You'll not leave my side until I am what I was. Do not ask again, or...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Traveler, what business have you here with me?
That must be Lorraine's merchant. Looks like the ogre got to her first.
Well, what is it? Please, don't joke. It hurts to laugh.
Please just do what he's...
What did I say?
I'm sorry.
Now, where were we?
Yes, I'm...
Gilleen, you and I are talking, traveler. You and I. Because they attacked me. Because now, you and I must talk. If you care for her life, we must talk. Because I need someone to listen. To simply listen before they lash out at me with fury and hate.
A creature wounded. It howls and beats its chest against its fate, and still Kith hear cries of a monster. We understand.
Will you listen? I am ill. I am dying. But I am not beyond hope. Not if I can get a cure for my molder lung in time. Because then I shall release Gilleen. You will. I am glad that... I am glad you will help. I apologize. My breath left me for a moment. What I need is this. Gilleen said the caravan carried a book. One with a recipe that should cure my condition. Bring me the cure. When you do, I shall let Gilleen go free. Yes, that's it. Follow its instructions. That should be enough to create a cure. Thank you, traveler. You may speak to Gilleen if she can be of any use. We will be here waiting.
Please, hurry. Just find whatever he needs and get me out of here. Sure. I don't really know this place, but I'll do anything I can. The Warden Tower. We sold them some. They should have plenty to spare. It grows on trees with red leaves, right? We passed a few of them on the road here. Try near the Warden Tower.
One moment.
Watch your left!
I say! Worse than wrong! Oh, you see that? Worse than wrong!
Never noticed this sulfur smell before. I think I sprained my shoulder. That red tree up there looks a lot like the one in that molding.
That's like the Aedyr we encountered before. Will you go all glassy-eyed again if you touch it?
Something happened here. Drip by drip. The slow passage of time. The years have gnarled our branches. The hot winds bent our trunk. Who are we? We do not recognize what we have become. Were we foolish to grow here? Are we the sum of our regrets? Bitter fruit, yet your words reach us.
dear.
Try growing up with that volcano on the horizon. You learn early on how fragile life can be.
I can't stay here any longer.
Ah, so you've come back. Have you brought what I require? Yes, I can work with all of this. Thank you, traveler. 1,000 times thank you. And you, dwarf, you may go. I free you of this place.
Thank you. I'm going back to the Warden Tower. Maybe I'll see you there. I suppose so. Be well now. Both of you.
Thank you, Galeen. It is more, perhaps, than I deserve. I bid you leave me to my rest now, traveler. Allow me to gather my strength again in peace.
Wasn't expecting to help in the moment.
Thank you again, envoy. Thank you. Thank you again, envoy. Thank you.
Is that a steel garrote camp up ahead? That's not good at all.
Envoy, over here. As I live and breathe, the faithless envoy. Ludwine finds your loyalty a touch diminished. If you're looking for the Inquisitor, she's hunting a lead to the garden through its twisted silver roots. We'd be there already if not for the roots. The tower calls. The roots strangle. The roots say your name, envoy. They say you told them to do it. You've done what the roots want. Poison in our veins. Traitor. I know what you are. The roots try to choke the steel garrote, and we will strangle them in return. Cut them. Bleed them.
Careful. That's Dream Scourge talk right there.
Blood and smoke, smoke, death. I'll stand down, I'll stand down. But my people won't.
Watch yourself.
I love this!
Isaac Sabu.
I'll never get used to watching you do that. If it weren't so deadly and disturbing to look at, it'd be breathtaking.
Much as I want to get to the garden, I'm loath to swim through that. I don't think this broken bridge will help us. Didn't we read about another way into the garden, though? The other path is hidden well. I certainly don't see any way across the acid sea. Unless the Pargrunen are acid resistant, I think that's a safe assumption.
Nandru was the founder of Solace Keep. If anyone knows more about him or the garden, it would be the Council of Solace. Problem is, I don't think they'd talk with you. Solace Keep doesn't like outsiders. Your godlike features will get you through the door, but that's all you'll get. I lost any clout I had in Solace the instant I left. You'd have better luck just showing them your face. Nandru had the same godlike features as you. You'd be surprised how far a resemblance to him will take you. Play your cards right, and it might get you through the door. Worth a shot, anyway.
To Solace Keep! Let's try to get there before the Steel Garrote can cause trouble.
Follow the road northeast and look for a giant ancient walled keep. Can't miss it. Right. If we're going, let's go. Envoy. I'm not ready to go to Solace. Maybe there's another way. Maybe we can fashion some kind of flying boat? Fui tu meio, Envoy. I don't know. There's just so much. Right. Maybe it would. Thanks, Envoy. I feel this fear inside. This heart pounding, can't breathe. It's like I'm dying every time. I've been bit by core vipers, fallen into old spike pits, drank cure water from a Zarup shaman. And it never felt like this. It's as if the thought of being here, of returning home, is the deadliest thing I can imagine. And it's getting worse. I imagine so. So much pain in that weapon. So many deaths. Just touching it would probably reduce me to tears. It's more than just going home, I think. It's everything. The politics, the people, the way I left. I betrayed the traditions I was raised on, and I don't know why. I've seen that island off the coast all my life, and I grew up hearing tales about the garden. But it always felt like a legend, like those old tales about the gods. No one has been there in centuries, as far as I know. Do you blame me? A magical place Solace has been sworn to protect since it was founded, and no one can go there? Sounds to me like a good way to get a nosy kid to stop asking questions. There is something that's bothering me. Specifically, if you can spare a moment. Since we entered the Tusks, I've been getting these flashes of memory. Like there are answers in my head I can't get to. They seem to be about a village, somewhere north of Solace. Fear and sorrow, but also answers. Thanks, Envoy. It might be nothing, but it'll be nice having backup whenever I go to find it. Anyway. You too.
Rawatayans love to boast about how barren and rugged our homeland is. But we've got nothing on the Pargrunan living here. I can't fault your optimism, but would you think that if this was the only landscape you ever saw, day in and day out? According to Marius, his people are forbidden from ever leaving the Tusks.
I did tell you that, didn't I? Must have been drunk.
I'm all for pulling together, but that's just oppressive.
Right. Our sacred duty. To talk nicely about the garden once in a while and spend the rest of our time bickering among ourselves.
I just don't understand how that could be so important. Ravatai has a similar problem. Between the constant storms and the rocky soil, the lands never supported us easily. So many of us find work as sailors and mercenaries. We explore the world as soldiers or as part of a trade mission. We venture out. We're encouraged to. Yeah, that's certainly part of it. Look, I'm not trying to defend or debate my empire's conduct, or yours. Everyone in the Living Lands faces struggle. But people choose that, and usually to escape something worse. Forcing people into a lifetime of hardship for the sake of principle or tradition is a different matter entirely. Never. The Pargrunan of Solace are notoriously suspicious of outsiders. Though, from the looks of this place, Solace's real concern has got to be keeping its people in. not keeping the rest of us out. I'll be here if you need me.
We're on the precipice of something magical. You can feel it, can't you? The garden is within our grasp. All we need now is the courage and wisdom to brave the unknown. We'll find a way. We always do. Are you afraid of what's to come? I'm not judging, just curious. Indeed. Whatever happens in the garden, it won't be the end of our problems. I believe, for the first time in ages, that I am not afraid. I used to care so much about discovery, invention, achievement. But deep down, I was afraid. Afraid that I wasn't living up to my potential. You've been paying attention. Since we met, everything I believed has been proven wrong. That the island can be controlled. That I alone can fix it. Even my parents. Gods. They really had no idea what they were doing. Just like me. And look how that turned out. I'm so tired of being afraid. I need to accept my limitations or embrace them. Even if I'm wrong again, that's part of the journey. I have no idea where it leads. And for the first time, it's fine. Perfectly fine. Did I? Huh. I don't know what I expected. Feels nice. Glad I could get that off my chest. We have bigger problems to worry about, but I appreciate these little moments. You have an inquisitive mind. I respect that. If you ever feel your education is missing something, I'd be happy to teach you what I know. All you have to do is ask. Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an animancer, now's the time. Very well. Hold your questions to the end if you don't mind. Otherwise, I'll lose my train of thought. Now, let's begin. You, drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention? Really? What's the last thing I said? Well, aren't you the clever one? No harm done, of course. I don't mind if you catch a few winks. Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures, and look how I turned out. That's all I have to teach you for now. I'll chime in if anything else comes to mind. That little island off of Dawnshore? None that I know of. Ignato Casto led the Valian trading company in the Deadfire archipelago. Among other things, he invested in the future of animancy, and apparently he had interests here. Afraid not. I've heard a lot of contradictory stories coming out of the Deadfire in recent years. Some say Castle is still in power, while others think his second-in-command took over the Valiant Trading Company. You know how it is. Wherever there's conflict, there's bound to be misinformation. He had some ideas about moving great distances in the blink of an eye. As far as I know, he was unsuccessful. Animancy and ambition are a dangerous mixture. Intoxicating, but dangerous. I hope not. I wouldn't want my family associated with speculation, corruption, and whatever else happened in the Deadfire. We have enough problems already. Unfortunately, that's all I know. Whether or not Castle succeeded, I don't think it's folly to dream. The better question is, can I still be an Animancer? Could I even make a difference? By burning Fior Mesiverno, the Steel Garrote declared that animancy is not welcome in the Living Lands. And then there's the Dream Scourge, unraveling civilization as we know it. I don't know where that leaves me. The work my parents started may have no end in sight. We don't even know if the Living Lands can be tamed politically, much less spiritually. All of my discoveries have led to dead ends. Where then do I turn? All I know for certain is that I've been going about this the wrong way. I should be an Animancer for the right reason. With the Dream Scourge, I haven't got one. At least someone thinks so. Thank you for believing in me, whether or not I believe in myself. Now that you mention it, I did try and awaken my soul to become fully aware of my past lives. Every Animancer tries and fails. It's practically a rite of passage. So, one evening, I crept into the workshop and cobbled an invention together from spare parts. Amateur work. Then I turned it on. Big mistake. The next thing I knew, it was morning. I was floating in the fountain, and my head was pounding like a drum.
You don't need animancy for that. Just rum and a crew on shore leave.
That answers a lot of questions, honestly.
Oh, the Magpie's lemonade will do that to you.
Sometimes I wonder, what if it actually worked? What if all of this happened before, and I'm just reliving the events of a past life? I try not to think about it too much. Oh yes, the little butterflies in my stomach are more restless than ever. When I joined you, I needed to put a stop to the Dream Scourge. So much has changed since then. There may be nothing for me in the garden. Nothing I haven't learned outside of it. But I still want to see it for myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited. The garden will be the discovery of a lifetime, even if I don't have an agenda. On a journey such as this, it's better to cast aside your expectations. They can only weigh you down. Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no idea what to do next. Oh, and my home burned down. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fior Mesiverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work. What I'm up against is much bigger than either of us. Through animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the Living Lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better off than my parents. The dream scourge is infecting our Aedyr, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything. I'm useless. I'm... nothing. I hope you're right. I really do. Quilici always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this right? I'll find answers in the garden. For better or worse. Pleasant dreams.
Radut, be reasonable. We can't live out here like this.
Listen, we're besieged by Malian, her outsiders. The Ray still begs me to search for the missing Aedyr merchant convoy, but we're stretched too thin even for that. I only ask you to hold on a bit longer until our replacement comes.
I will try. But this can't last.
Oh, what a large tower. Do you think the Watchers...
Hey, I might have something for you, envoy. If you're buying, I'm selling. I'm not quite sure what you're holding there. But if anyone can help you, it's Forge Master Della. You can find them in the forge in Solace Keep, if they'll let you inside.
Don't worry about that. We have our ways.
Not my problem either way. Did you want to buy anything? Oh, don't worry. We're long past that.
I know you're having fun, dear, but leave the poor man alone.
might have...
However long you need to stay, Gillian, stay.
Thank you, Lorraine. Oh, you stopped by. It's so good to see you again. Thank you. Gods, I'm glad to be out of that cave and, well, back to something normal. And Lorraine over there has really made me feel welcome. More than welcome, even. She really helps me feel at ease. It's nice being with her. Thanks. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Anyway, I should let you get back to it. I'll be here should you ever need me for any reason. Oh, and one thing before I forget. The wardens let me open shop. I don't have as much for sale as I like, but if you want to see what I've got, just ask.
Another Aedyr. Damned if I ever saw the like. So you're the envoy they reported at the gate. Beats turning away the refugees from Shatterscarp, at least. Is it true that many drop dead suddenly? Gods. Well, at least we're safe here. And better off, I think, for having you here. The sentries were right about you. You have the same features as Arnandru. Taller, of course, but nevertheless.
Wait, is that you, Marius? Gods, here we go.
What happened to your accent? Did you lose it?
I did. So Nimdudes like you would ask dumb questions.
Well, good to see you alive, regardless. You know what? I'm going to treat this as a good omen. Nandru himself knows we need one out here. Founder of Solace Keep. We have a statue of him there. You both share, similar features around the face, huh? Anyway, the Tusks never offered us much, and that was before the Beetles rose in their numbers. Never mind the Zorips, or the Dream Scourge, or fucking Amalia. I don't know what there is to do. The Beetles and Zorips come back faster than we can cut them down, and Amalia... gods, where do I even start? She and I used to command this tower in turn. I and my wardens kept watch while she and hers rested in the keep. And so too the reverse. Until her last watch, that is. When she and her wardens abandoned their post and marched on the gate and tried to leave. Because life in the tower is torture. We're low on supplies. The Wastes are winning against us. They had made a request to the keep for aid. After it was denied, her wardens spoke of mutiny. And after that, well, fighting broke out at the gate. My wardens and I rushed from our leave when we heard the alarms. Drove Amalia back. Now she set up camps in the Wastes. Main one is just up north in the Twined Wood. Another's just west of there, in a tower. Another east, in a cave. She's broken her oath, and I'm trying to find a way to uphold mine. I've never cared for how we use duty to excuse the worst of what we do. Nevertheless, we have our duty to watch over the garden, and so we're bound to the tasks. Our oaths are mortal matters.
Traditionally, If a warden's oath is unfulfilled, their spirit lingers until another warden sees it completed. Or so they say.
So it is. And if one of our own breaks an oath, well, I'd be breaking another oath if I speak much more to Marius. But you get the idea. No. No. All I want is peace with her. But our talks, such as they were, have totally broken down. Whenever I approach, she just tells me to stay away from the land beneath her banners. And after her raid, after our skirmishes, I don't see how we can talk anymore. But would you be willing to talk to her? You are an envoy, after all. I'm sure you've diffused more complicated situations. I have no demands except that she stops attacking us for treading near her camps. But she says she won't stop until they can all leave. And I can't grant her passage out of the Tusks. She has no duty out there. Nor can I grant her one. I don't know how to break the stalemate. But I'll quit talking your ear off. Thank you for indulging me. If you see Amalia or any of her camps, I hope you can get through to them.
Are you sure I can't do anything else for you?
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm all right for now, thank you.
Good. If you need anything, just let me know. Even if it's just a hot drink. I'm happy to do anything I can.
That means so much to me, Lorraine. I'll take you up on that later.
I can't wait. Envoy, it's so good to see you again. Welcome back from the wilderness. Gilleen told me everything. The caravan, the ogre. I'm so glad she's safe. Thank you, Envoy. I don't know what to say, but thank you. Thank you, Envoy, for everything. Be safe out there.
A parting cloud. A solitary sprout in a dead land. It grows here still. We twine.
I wonder when we'll get back to the keep.
Why? Kostia's really starting to raise a stink.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
Well, let's not talk about it. Wouldn't want to ruin the meal. I simply don't believe it. Half of Shatterscarp dying in an instant? It's nonsense.
If it's true what they say about Shatterscarp, I better eat faster. Wouldn't want to miss my last meal.
Please, stay with us. Try to breathe. Please, just try to breathe.
Lorraine seems really stuck on that Gilleen, doesn't she? How adorable.
Follow the road northeast to get to Solace Keep. Safest place in the Tusks.
heard there's been more bandits seen in the Twined Wood.
I heard that too.
Hey.
Another hunt, another meal for all of us. I wonder if it'll taste any better this time.
It better be after that burrower.
Look to your left.
And boom! Just a minute. I let you have that one.
That's all of them.
Those beetle shells could make a lovely little comb, don't you think? Or perhaps a pretty dye.
Who goes there? Wait. Marius. If the dead don't walk. I lost that bet then. So you did find a way out.
Amalia, always a pleasure. Yeah, I found a way out, but here I am, right back here again.
You don't know how much that twists the knife. Here you are, back after your escape, while we're literally dying to get out. And you've brought an Aedyr friend. Who are you? Parley. Radut. First he refuses to let us leave the tusks, and now he sends you. I won't talk. Not with you. I don't trust your lot, Aedyr. Don't think I'm not wise to you and yours. Go fuck yourself, that's what I'm talking about. I'll tell you the same thing I told Radut. These banners mark the dead dirt we claim as our own. And as long as these banners fly, as long as we hold our own, I have nothing to say to you. You'll learn what it is to suffer. Now get out of here before it gets ugly.
get me. This looks like a good way to get ourselves killed. Any chance we can sneak in through the back?
I heard something.
Right there.
Of all the stupid things our people ever did. But they'll keep carving
Isaksado.
Oh, sneaking in the back. Naughty envoy. Shh.
One moment.
What do you want? Damn. The dream is over then. If we can't hold our banners, we've no hope of surviving the tasks. At least not like this. Still, if you got those, and we still have Kith to tell the tale, then maybe you're not all bad. Maybe you can help. Let's talk inside. All right, I'll begin by thanking you. My wardens still live and breathe. I don't take that for granted. Credit's all yours. Now, let's get to business. I'll be blunt. I don't know how my wardens and I can reconcile with Redout or with the Keep. We spilled blood when we tried to leave Envoy, and we've spilled more hoping to hurt them enough to change their minds. Never mind our reasons for marching on the gate. That's not something that's forgiven. I don't share your optimism. But I suppose it's try or die now. Still, I don't see how this resolves well. They'll never let us leave. Even if they forgive us, the evils that drove my wardens to the gates won't go away. I don't see how we're not fucked. There's no food. The land itself is hostile, making life in the tower unbearable. Maybe it'd be easier if we had trade, but the Council refuses that. And even if they allowed it, our existence in the Keep is against our nature as Pargrunen. We're meant to roam. Nandru's oath forbids that, though. We're only born to die here as we watch over the garden. No one escapes. Not anymore, anyway. There were expeditions out, in the past. My father led one before I was born. Died on a hill I'll never see. What is there to discuss? Nandru set the course of our lives hundreds of years ago. To watch over the garden forever. Never mind that our nature screams for us to roam. We're supposed to stay put and waste away for the sake of a garden we'll never know. The fate of these lands, huh? Maybe there's more to it than we knew. You've walked the wastes. You know what we have to deal with, between the beetles and Zarips. No. Not at the end of the day, I don't believe we do. There is no food. We're fucking starving to death. The tusks don't give us much to eat now, except for beetle. And I'm not convinced anyone can survive on that alone. It's not any way to live. And I don't know it'll mean much to my wardens, but yes, we have. All right. I'll take all of this to my wardens. I think it'll be enough to give them some hope. But do you really think Redout and the Keep will leave us alone? Saying no is far from the worst thing they can do. But if that's the case, then I'll talk with my wardens. I'll make sure they accept the peace.
Not ideal, but better than prison.
We won't bother the tower or the keep,
so long as they leave us alone. We'll find a way to survive. Before you go, take this. It'll open up the chest just to your right. I want you to have what's in there. I'll let you carry the news back to Radut. Thanks again, envoy.
Hey, I might have some...
Welcome back to the tower, envoy. I'm all ears, envoy. I will honor the agreement. As long as they remain peaceful, we'll try to get along. Thank you, envoy. You don't know what a relief this is. Even if it is all so strange, the thought of people leaving the keep. I have to wonder what is going to happen next. The world seems to be changing.
Hey, I'm...
Someone lives in that cave. Be alert.
here.
Wolf Raw! Lavoro Sick!
Just a minute.
Stay safe!
We got them all.
This would be a great spot, but there's so many of them. What are you doing here? This place isn't safe. The homestead up ahead is all run by Zarps. Used to be it was occupied by outcasts, but things happened. The region's getting more lethal. If you think the Salos steppe was hell, it's nothing next to the primordial depths up north. The Zarps used to be more peaceful, but the recent tremors tore up the terrain so badly, they had to go south. You want to help? Nandru keep you? That'd be amazing! There are some Bargrunin living in the wastelands out here, all without the aid of the Wardens. If someone got rid of the Zarps, they might be able to shelter here, maybe even grow some crops. It's up to you if you would like to help out with the Zarps, but I hope you do.
Coming for the road.
Tragic. Try to run upon
Enjoy the haze!
Silmes mitum. Heise!
On your right!
Isoksa! Silmes mitum. Heise!
You're too late!
Seems as though the Dream Scourge made itself at home here.
You dealt with the Zarps. I didn't have any doubts about whether you could, but still, your actions will save some lives, and the buildings will at least provide some shelter. Here, take this.
Envoy? Been thinking about Amalia a bit. You convinced her to stay in the Tusks. Not what I would have done, but at least it's resolved. Solace's traditions exist for a reason. It's just not always a good reason. I don't know. What? No, gods. You've been talking to Yatsley again, haven't you? I swear, everyone's so worried about people finding romance. Maybe it's not everyone's top priority, you know? Alright, I notice no one's warming your bedroll these nights either. It's probably not your breath, but I wouldn't take any chances. Oh, we'll find the right person for you, Envoy, don't worry. I'm sure Yatsley will backflip when I tell her you're ready for a match. Envoy, what do you need? Pleasant dreams. Oh God. Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
Oh dear. Focus. Focus on something else, dear. Like how terrible the tusks smell.
We're here. Stay with us, Marius. The feeling will pass.
Right. I'm alright. It's like I'm being chased by something I can't see.
We're here, Marius. You're safe. The only thing chasing you is yourself.
God. I'm the last person I'd want to be chased by.